Hello and welcome back to the Fireburns Within channel. Had an idea to do this video, wasn't planning on it, but just thought let me do this. It's basically an honorable mentions type album. I called it underrated album on the thumbnail, but just some albums I wanted to mention that didn't make my top 50 basically from 2023. 15 albums I wanted to mention. Some of them are quite well known. I mean, they probably would have made other people's list, a couple of them, I think, but quite a few of them are unheralded as far as I can tell. They're not going to be in anyone's list, and some of them I don't think even anybody's going to know about them. So just a chance to hear about these albums. Anyway, I'm just gonna go through them quite quickly. This is not in any specific order, by the way. This is just 15 albums that I find are underrated or just outside my top 50 from 2023. Okay, the first one is a new band to me, Tyran, Reasons for the Slaughter. It's female fronted thrash metal. It's really strong record. Her vocals are going to be sort of like a deal breaker for some people, but I like her vocals. They're sort of screechy, quite screechy, but not growling, not screaming, sort of screeching and yelling. The music is top class thrash metal. It's really quite good. Okay, next one is Munitions and Visions. Munitions play traditional heavy metal. They're like one of these retro type bands, which are quite common these days. But these guys don't get any, I don't hear any talk about these guys. And the album is awesome. It's a really, really solid album, Munitions. If you like retro heavy metal, like Iron Maiden, but faster, more melodic maybe, check out Munition and Visions. Really good. Third one is Spirit Adrift, Ghost at the Gallows. Quite a few people know this band. They're like a traditional heavy metal band, little bit doomy in places, which is the reason it probably didn't make my top 50 because I'm not a big doom guy. But this is a really good album. Really melodic vocals, just heavy metal to the max. Well worth checking out. Next one is Molly Baron, Something Ominous. Molly Baron are from France, but their singer is Irish. Weird. I actually found out about this band because they were supporting Soen in concert, and that was one of the gigs I went to this year. And this album is really good. I mean, it's really enjoyable. It's sort of modern, melodic, heavy metal. It's not really old school. It's sort of modern, but it's really melodic at the same time. It's hard to explain. You just have to go and listen to it. Molly Baron, Something Ominous. Next one is Ashra, Requiem Reloaded. Ashra is a symphonic power metal band. I nearly put this in my top 50 somewhere, but just stood outside in the end. This is really good. Really good. Just typical European symphonic power metal. Well worth checking out. Number 6 is Crownlands, Fearless. Crownlands is, I think it's a 2-man band. Very much in the style of Rush, influenced by Rush. I also hear a lot of Greta Van Fleet in them. Speaking of Greta Van Fleet, I was really disappointed in their album from this year. It disappointed me. I didn't like it at all. But this Crownlands album, I mean, I'm not a huge Rush fan, but I thought this was a very good album. I mean, it's musically close to Rush. It's got a little bit of the GVF vocal style mixed with Geddy Lee. It's just like those two bands had a baby, and that's the result. Crownlands. It's good. It's good. It's not my go-to style for listening because it's sort of drawn out and long and prog. But I really quite enjoyed this. It's a good album. Okay, next one is GateKeeper, from Western Shores. GateKeeper is a traditional heavy metal band, very much like Spirit Adrift. It's in the similar ballpark, just mid-tempo heavy metal. It's really quite enjoyable, this one. Next one is Invasion, self-titled. Invasion are from Norway. They play melodic heavy metal / rock. I think they're a little bit heavier than rock, so let's call them heavy metal. This is a really good album. I really enjoyed this album. It's very melodic, good vocals, good production, rock solid. Next one is Saria Sign, The Lion's Road. This is typical Swedish melodic heavy metal. It's just rock solid. It's much better than their debut, actually. I really like this one. Like the singer a lot this time. I wasn't too keen on him the first time round, but this time I'm really quite keen on him. I think he's improved a lot. So check out Saria Sign. Next one is The Raven Age, Blood Omen. The Raven Age is a modern melodic heavy metal band. It's basically Steve Harris's son's band from Iron Maiden. And they play sort of modern metal, but it's got a lot of melodies as well. A lot of good epic vocal melodies. There's no real screaming. There's a little bit of growling for effect in the background on a couple of songs, but in the main it's not like that. It's just melodic, modern. Yeah, it's got the modern feel to it, but the production is really strong as well. Okay, next one is, this guy is completely new to me. Valentino Francavilla, Midnight Dreams. This was really good. It's like a melodic power metal, shred metal, neoclassical metal solo album by this chap, Valentino. This is really good. The vocals are really strong as well. I mean, sometimes these acts with one man doing most things can be a little bit weak in some cases, but this is really strong, really enjoyable. 4 more to mention. Next one is Weapon UK, Nuclear Power. Weapon UK is an old new wave of British heavy metal band that sort of made a comeback I think in recent times. This is really strong. I mean, it's really up-to-date sounding. The production is strong. Vocals are strong. This is proper heavy metal. I mean, I know they're an old band, which I've never heard of from the old days, but as a new band to me, this is really strong. Okay, next one is Catatonia, Sky Void of Stars. Catatonia is sort of like a big band, I guess. They're in the underground anyway. But to me, I've never really been into them, but this album is really good. It sort of blew me away a little bit at the beginning of the year. I really played it a lot, especially the songs that I like the most, the upbeat songs especially. The sort of downbeat songs are, not exactly my cup of tea, but it's a really good album. 2 more to mention. Next one is Jalusic, Follow the Blind Man. Dino Jalusic, he's a powerhouse singer. He's a strong singer, that guy. What a strong voice. He's like the new David Coverdale. He was in Whitesnake for a bit. I don't know if he's still in Whitesnake, but this is his solo album. It's really strong heavy metal. I mean, his voice is sort of hard rock. It's got this bluesy, strong edge, but the music is heavy and bludgeoning and strong, just strong, powerful stuff. The final album of the underrated list is Tower Hill and Deathstalker. Tower Hill is a band I found out about a couple of years ago on YouTube. I just randomly found them and found them really quite enjoyable. And this album is their best one yet. I think they've had one before, but this one is more professional sounding. It's sort of like speedy traditional metal with a little bit of thrash, but not too much. Mainly clean vocals. Just really enjoyable, fast-paced, melodic, heavy metal. Okay, that's it. I think this will probably be the last video of 2023. I normally do a 2023 roundup with stats and things, but I don't know if it's really worth doing this year, considering the channel is I've sort of ground to a halt video wise. I started off doing quite a few, but I've sort of stopped doing them for a while now. But anyway, yeah, this is it. Happy New Year. I'll try and do more videos in 2024. Laters.